Hello, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is TJ, and you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast. And welcome to my review of this week's NXT UK. And this week's show was a very good show, top to bottom. It was really good. And the matches we had a big match, which was a triple threat match: Joe Coffey, Rampage, Braun, Ilja, Dragunov. And this could have a future. Discussion because this was majorly going to be a number one contender kind of match for the Walter's NXT UK title. So he's been enjoying since many days right now, Walter, and he and finally is going to get that challenge. And so we get to the first match, which was Mark Coffey versus Shaz Samuels. This was a very good match. Shaz Samuels actually had a experience advantage here, and there was also a question that this match was going to answer whether Mark Coffey would be able to hang out with Shaz Samuels, as he's more of a tag team wrestler because he's one half of the Gallus team. So he's a tag team, more of a tag team wrestler. So whether he would be could be able to hang out with Shaz Samuels, and Shaz Samuels was also had some big matches outside NXT UK, like with the Drew McIntyre and all. So he had more experience advantage here. So this was a back and forth match, but still Coffey was coming back, but Shaz Samuels was the one who was having more offense. We saw the beginning side headlocks being put over, shoulder tackles, close line, stiff strikes, and arm drags, and slamming Kofi. And Kofi actually fought out of butcher's hook at one point, and he actually combined with a clothesline and shoulder block. And we also saw Kofi landing a bulldog of the middle rope for a 2 count. So this was a very behemoths fighting of each other. This was very good to see. And Shaz actually hold his left rib because his ribs actually, because of the forearms that actually Shaz Samuels actually landed. So and he finally got a diving kick, then a diving uppercut, and he gets the win. So Shaz Samuels actually, Mark Coffey actually gets the win. So it was surprising that Shaz Samuels didn't get the win. So, but I hope so that as his brother, as his one half tag team Joe Coffey is also having, kind of having a momentum, having a positivity, having a motivation forward. So that's why Mark Coffey also got the victory. So they didn't want to have look bad, that Gallus team. So that's why. So it didn't make Shaz Samuels bad or something, as he's already already established. So I think so. Gallus is started at the top right now. Because he has defeated Shaz Samuels, one of the experienced wrestler of NXT UK. So this was a fun, very good match. I actually thought about. And then we get to the next segment. Rampage Braun is doing push-ups, and he's getting ready for the main event. And then we get our next promo by Ilja McKenzie being interviewed about Michael Satomura. Only for Isla Dawn to come and kind of having messing with her with the lights being off, and kind of a supernatural stuff that they had. So and I think so they would be facing next week Ilja McKenzie and Emilia and Meiko Satomura. And next we go to another segment where in the performance center we are introduced to Mila, and she is actually interviewed, and the lights go out, and Alpha Valkyrie actually comes into the training ring, and she's doing roll-ups and all. And Ginny walks up to Mila, and she actually kind of mocks Mila, and I guess Ginny is going to have a match, and Ginny actually says that she doesn't care what she thinks. So maybe these two are going to have a match. So the women's division of NXT UK is very good and very promising, and they have many good, very well established superstars. Women's wrestlers in NXT UK women's division. So we get to the next match. This was a kind of a fresh new faces we got. Laura Di Matteo versus Stevie Turner. Stevie Turner actually is making a debut, and she's having kind of technology kind of gimmick. Stevie Turner and Laura Di Matteo and she they actually had a good match here and worked out very well. And she actually Stevie Turner looked fantastic here. I mean, she was very aggressive in this match with good wrist locks and roll through chin locks and all, and kicks and pump kicks, straight jacket choke on Matteo. And she was mostly having offense on Laura. And Laura actually escapes and lands some drop kicks, have some offense, but she misses one in the corner and gets caught with an elbow drop out of the corner before a kind of a rebound. She just rebound into the ropes and just hit the rebound flatliner, and very brutal kind of flatliner, and gets a win. So a good match, a good debut by Stevie Turner, looks promising. So we get to the another segment where Gallus are celebrating and preparing backstage, and then we go back to the PC Performance Center as Nathan Fraser is doing drills, and he's interrupted by Kenny Williams, and he's actually challenged him to a match because he's hanging out with a old guy. So if you have any guts, you should face young guys. So that's is going to be a match. Kenny Williams versus Nathan Fraser maybe next week. And we get to the very breaking vignette this time, and this is, I didn't know this is Bea Priestley as Blair Davenport. Her name is like that. So she actually opens up. I thought about that first time, that NXT UK is kind of introducing something of Money in the Bank kind of thing or something. Don't know, but she actually opens a briefcase and have a contract. She's signing on the Blair Davenport name. Her name is there. And that's gonna be Bea Priestley has actually searched for who she was. So that's the rumor that's coming. So we get to Tyler Bate, next segment, which was Tyler Bate is going to finally defend the Heritage Cup against Jack Stars. He actually laid out the challenge last week, and Jack Stars finally accepted that. And Jack Stars Tyler Bate is going to have the first defense of the Tyler Bate, winning it from A Kid 2 to 3 weeks ago, I think so. And Stars actually recalls all of the failed tryouts he had, but he kept pushing out. And apparently, and they actually show old kind of footage as well, where Tyler Bate actually won the first ever NXT UK championship, I think so. And he was still learning that time, kind of a trainee right there. And he actually started from the bottom, and he's actually finally challenging for the big one. And so kind of a good building a promo, stiff, a very good underdog kind of promo. Both are face, right? Both are face here, but certainly. Jack Stars is having a big challenge to get that. I don't think so. This is gonna be by lose by Tyler Bate. Still, it would be a very good match. We get to the next match, which is Oliver Carter versus Tioman. So the story of this match is Oliver Carter's uh, uh, his partner, they are the tag team, Ashton Smith. So Ashton Smith and Tioman had the match, and post match Tioman actually attacked Ashton Smith. And so that's the match actually this was. And that's why this match actually. And Tioman is a very angry and very sadistic kind of character. And he's very different. And he looked very good. And this match also was a very good match. We actually saw some head scissors and slapping on German into the ropes, and leg lariat and all. We actually saw a baseball slide, opting to and then hit a plancha instead, and taking Tioman into the stairs, and had a missed kick. And Carter ends up having an arm thrown. So Carter also had some offense, but Tioman was more of focus on here, and he met with a sliding forearm back in the ring. Gets Tioman a 2 count, but he began to work with arms, slowing down the pace. And Carter tries to chop back, but he's instantly taken down as Tioman muscle into a crossface. His devastating finisher, devastating submission move that he actually took upon. I think it was. I don't remember what's his name was. Yeah, and Theoman's busts his lip in all of his and ends up getting caught with a Cobrada from Carter. And his arm is actually causing problems. He swings with the other one to land some clotheslines, and in the end we saw a hell. Uh, Tioman actually flies with a DDT and rolled Carter into the crossface for the submission. So this was a very good match, and Tioman had a ton of offense here. Oliver Carter also very good, looked good here, and he actually tried very well here. And this I mean I could have move on more kind of thing, but it would not be. It would be good to say me running out all of the moves that actually happened. So this was a very good match. I like this, and hell of a showing from Carter here. So a very good performance by both of them. Post match, we actually saw the interesting thing as Tioman again reapplies that crossface. Rohan Raja comes out kind of having to make the save, but Tioman actually points to him, and Rohan Raja begins to attack Carter, and Raja Tioman is having a team right now, and he hits a leaping flatliner on Rohan Raja. Actually hit leaping flatliner on Rohan Raja. On Rohan Raja actually hit a leaping flatliner on Carter actually, and maybe a very good tag team kind of storyline. Oliver and Smith, Oliver Carter and Smith, and having Rohan Raja and Tio Man having a rivalry. So then we get to a next segment where AK is having a sit down promo as he's still actually kind of remembering his losing Heritage Cup to Tyler Bate, but he challenged Jordan Devlin next week because of their segment that they had last week, because he was in the Jordan Devlin's locker room that Jordan Devlin didn't like about. So they are having a match. The stories are very lame, as I said. They actually the matches they put on good matches, so hopefully it would be a good match as well. Next week also we are gonna get Tyler Bate defending the Heritage Cup against Jack Stars, so that's another match, and we'll be hoping to earn his we'll be hoping hoping to earn, and that's a question. And Meiko Satomura's is also back as well next week after her win against Kaylee Ray, and we get to the main event, and this is actually a triple threat match: Ilya Dragunov versus Joe Coffey versus Rampage Brown, a big main event. And this was, as I expected, a full on blown away match. I mean, this was so good, and this was so fast paced, and this was so lethal, and this was so good, man. I mean, this was a banger, instant classic, I would say. We could say that. And not the best match I have ever seen in NXT UK, because triple threat matches not kind of comes into that radar of having a singles match, but still this was a very good match later on, and especially Ilya Dragunov including in this, but was a very good, and he actually brings about that fierce kind of rage every time, and he actually have the match with anyone. So this was that, and Dragunov, all the three, Joe Coffey and Rampage Brown, they were tearing him apart, and Ilya Dragunov was also not backing down, and he was also getting into the match as well. Lots of shoulder blocks, lots of stiff strikes, chops, and lots. We also saw a very a nasty power slam kind of body slam onto the ring side. That was nasty, and we also saw some very wow kind of OMG kind of shoulder tackle, and a German suplex, triple German suplex. So there were many moments like this was a very fast-paced match, and this was very good. And in a point we got Rampage also get there was also a near fall. Rampage gets a 2 count on Coffey. Coffey also had a 2 count as well on Rampage, and but Dragunov actually in a point headbutts clothesline, and he gets booted by Rampage, and he hits land a Constantine special lariat. That was great, and Kofi actually lands a double jump plancha to Dragunov and Rampage on the floor. Kofi and Dragunov have stare off, then another slugfest, having men getting knocked down, and in the end we saw Kofi's able to fight back with an electric chair drop. That was nasty, picking up Rampage Brown, man. That could have a serious problem in his neck, but still he actually pulled out that, and Rampage actually capitalized with the Doctor Bomb, but Dragunov breaks up the pin and then slipped out of a Doctor Bomb, which was going to hit by hit by this Rampage Brown, and he finally actually hits a springboard torpedo Moscow out of the corner for the win. So it looks more of like a shoulder tackle, but they actually said that this is a torpedo Moscow, as it was clear when they actually showed slow mo of the last moments of the match. Very good, massive match, and I didn't expect the result Ilya Dragunov, because he had already had chance at NXT UK Prelude, so he's getting his next second chance. So I wish that maybe Ilya Dragunov finally dethrones this big guy Walter, and finally takes that gold, because he's been working hard for much long time right now. So speaking of Walter's challenge shot at the next TV title, and we actually got Walter walked down to the ring, and Ilya Dragunov was sitting there, and after the and I was confirmed that Walter is going to attack, and after actually Dragunov was puts onto the sleeper rear naked choke, and he was laid down there, and so very good very good character progression by Walter again, because he's a very big mean heel right now. So very good. So we'd be seeing a very good match. So they didn't have a confirmation or something. Maybe we'll be having next month or something. Obviously, because this month is over. So maybe not next week, or after that week, maybe we would see Walter versus Ilya Dragunov finally facing off the second time for the NXT UK Championship. A very good episode, as I said, and some new faces by in women's division, and some good matches actually framed for next week as well. A very good episode of NXT you can watch through, and we should not miss that main event. It was a barn burner match. It was a massive instant classic match. So lots of good words. So I hope you like this video. Please make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Until then, be safe, stay energetic, peace.